Hey y'all, today on the farm I am spraying peanuts, harvesting peas, and working on a little something special that some of y'all probably don't know that I do and have done professionally for years. It is currently July the 23rd, and so far this year I have planted a crop and harvested a crop every month. Every month this year, from January to right now, I've planted and harvested a crop. This will be the final pea harvest, so we'll be done with that. These soybeans are coming on good. However, they are just starting to fruit. So that's the first step toward harvest. They're beginning to fruit now, and my peas are winding up. I have some pumpkins I planted this month. So I planted pumpkins in July, and I planted sunflowers in July, and I harvested peas and butter beans in July. What I'm spraying today is a fungicide to help prevent white mold and leaf spot, two different things. I have a few pigweeds popping up out here. I cannot kill them. They will be pulled by hand. You could come out here. I don't know if y'all seen field rows with a wet bar. You could get a wet bar, come out here and wipe them. I don't have that many. I will probably come out here and pull the few I have by hand, because this fungicide spray is not going to have any impact on them, and there's very little herbicide spray that will do anything with pigweed. I've sprayed the field now, just got to let this pivot slow walk out of the way so I can get the 6 rows what sit right underneath its tires. While we're waiting on that pivot to move, let's check these nuts out and see what they're looking like. Oh yeah. Many people think that the peanut grows on the roots. The peanut actually grows on the vine. You see the root is right here. There's no peanuts on that root. The vines, however, come out and they get a bloom on them. There's a little bloom. That bloom will then pin down to the ground, and that will be a peanut way out there on the limb. The peanuts grow on the limbs, on the vines. As they make little yellow blooms, those blooms pin down, hook down to the ground. Each place they hook down at, that's another peanut. So we want as many blooms as possible to hook down to the ground as many times as possible. See, we still got a lot of blooms out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 20, 25 blooms still on this little plant, and we already got a handful of peanuts on it. I don't know about y'all, but on hot South Georgia days like today, I greatly love to go home and take an ice cold shower. I will take a cold shower. I'm talking about straight, legit ice cold shower. I absolutely love it. I got the bean picker hooked up now. We're gonna pick peas. This is a bean picker, but we use it to pick peas down here in the South. And I got my extension agent here with me. Cody has come out. Y'all saw a brief clip of him bagging peas last time he came. He's volunteered to come out again. This time we're gonna put him on the tractor, and I'm gonna bag a little bit. Cody,
I don't know if I can drive. You sure this is gonna be okay?
This is gonna work. Cody is with the UGA extension. So for those of y'all who don't know, the University of Georgia is one of the finest agricultural research institutes in the country. I think Texas A&M has a really good school. NC State has a very good one. UGA has the best one. And there's a school south of here in Florida, around Gainesville. I'm not gonna call them by name, but they have a pretty good research department as well. Cody though he's not from here, he's from across the river. So I got one question for you.
Yes, sir.
October the 11th, Auburn versus Georgia.
I bleed orange and blue even though I work for Georgia.
Y'all hear that?
But you know what? They're both great schools, and you can't talk about either one with your mouth full.
Yep.
They're both ag schools.
Yep, neither one of them's Alabama.
That's right.
Yep. All right. This is what we're gonna be picking. These are top pick cream. I got just the turn rows here of this big grain sorghum field planted. I have 6 rows of elite cream peas. They're about 2 days, a day and a half, 2 days out. These top pick creams are ready today. And then I have right against the sorghum here, I have 2 rows of purple hulls, and they are also ready today. As he engages the PTO, this head is gonna start spinning like this, and it's gonna knock those peas off and rake them onto that belt. That belt's gonna come back here and pass over this fan. This fan's gonna suck the trash out the top, and the peas are gonna ride up and they're gonna fall back here in these bags. Pea pods in here. See how my leaves are blowing out the side. You can see it is very, very efficient. We're not leaving anything. It's getting all the leaves, all the peas. When the conditions are correct, that's important. When the conditions are correct, this machine is hyper efficient. Of previous videos have asked me, are you sure that's not a bean? No, this is not a bean. This is a southern pea. It's different than the peas y'all eat up north and in other parts of the country or other countries. This is a southern pea. It is in a very long pod, maybe as many as 20 peas in a pod, and they are very tiny. So this is a top pick cream. A lot of my customers call this a cream 40, but it's actually a top pick cream. It's a very tiny, tiny cream pea. Coincidentally, the pod here is cream, but if you let these peas get any creamier than that, they want them green. If you let them turn yellow, so actually get cream, the customers don't want them. They want them green. So this is what they look like. Several people ask me in the comments, usually after one of these videos, where I get my net sacks from. There are multiple suppliers online, but I personally don't buy mine at all. I shell a lot of peas. I shell peas for other farms, and those peas arrive at my farm in these bags. So because all the peas that come in from other farms to here to be processed at my facility, I always have a surplus of bags. I don't ever have to buy any. Typically when I plant peas, I plant them in, a significant acreage, and we just turn around, and I pick a lane down the middle, and I go round and round, making that picked out lane wider and wider and wider. However, this is just the turn rows on the end of a field. It's just a narrow strip all the way down side of this field, so there's really no room to turn around. So what we're doing is we just pick down the turn rows, turn out on the highway, come back down the highway, turn back in, and go down the side of the field again. We're just doing that over and over and over, working our way closer to that grain sorghum. The Lord has blessed us with the rain. Just beyond this field, you can see I don't know if you can, but in the tree line, you can see the trees are whited out. That's where the field where my house is, where the soybeans are. It's flooding at my house, less than a mile from here. But right here where we're picking peas at, it's not rained a drop yet, which is good because we can't have the peas wet in the bag. They will mold. So actually the Lord's double blessing us. We're getting rain on the crop and no rain at the harvest site. Now, hopefully we'll finish this harvest up in about an hour, and he'll bring a flood on in here and drop an inch or two. Well, I told one of my friends earlier today, we need about 1 inch and 10/10 out here on this field, make this grain sorghum come alive. I don't quite have half of them picked. We're starting to get a little drizzling rain in right now, so we're gonna call the pea picking for the day. I'll finish pea picking in the morning. It's not a tremendous amount of peas. It's a turn row right there, just 12 rows. Well, actually 11 rows right down side the field. There's a vacant row in the middle of it. But That little 11 rows on the end of this field is just over $1,000, about 1,200 bucks worth of peas. Once I shell them and bag them and clean them and everything, get them ready for the public, about $1,200 on just a little turn row. And that's a fair amount of little extra change in the pocket. It could have been grain sorghum, you know, but that turn row wouldn't have gave me $1,200 worth of profit on grain sorghum, and it worked out on peas. Just cut right there on the little end, had a little bit of pea seed left, and just notched it in there, and just a little late crop of peas. As promised, a little bit of special information for some of y'all who haven't been around the channel as long as others. I did build guitars professionally in Nashville, Tennessee after graduating college, and now I still do build guitars at home. I have a guitar shop in my backyard. I still build a few a year, not many, just a few a year. I built total lifetime, I'm up around 400 to 500 guitars total. All electrics. I don't build acoustics. I play almost exclusively acoustic, but I build electrics. Something special about the guitars I build, they are very, very unique. I only use wood out of old houses I tear down. So I tear down houses that are over 100 years old here in South Georgia, old barns and houses, and I reclaim the wood out of them and use them to build guitars. All the wood is heart pine. So this is old heart pine out of a house. They will often have 150 to 200 years of growth rings on a single board, and these houses were built over 100 years ago. So that means some of these trees were growing 300 years ago. They're older than this nation. So it's really cool to have that sort of history in your guitar, and no two guitars I build are the same. Every one of them is unique. I try to leave nail holes when possible, strategically placed where the person who gets their guitar can verify, hey, this is an old recycled wood. This has had a whole nother life before me. I really like to do that. I have built guitars for folks, you know. Not a lot of money in guitar building, but I do enjoy doing it. This one right here, next one to go out, it's not complete yet, but it's getting close. I'm waiting on a few parts. It's gonna go to another farm channel guitar playing guy just down the road from me. Most of y'all watch his channel, so look for this guitar very soon on another farm YouTube channel. One last thing I almost forgot, we have our brand new shirts in stock. I know it is difficult to buy stuff from me online. We do not have a legit website. I have worked on building one and have it mostly built, but I would rather do any task on earth other than build a web page. That is literally the worst thing I can imagine doing, period. I have no interest in it. I got to get the web page complete to make it easier to build, easy for you to buy from me. We sell these in store at the farm store. We have sold shirts at our farm store for 4 or 5 years, and we generally sell every shirt we print every year. This last year we didn't sell out, but we're still selling a few of those shirts along. So we have them available in store. And I hope to finish the web page or pay someone to finish the web page very soon to make ordering our shirts, our grits, our cornmeal, and any other thing we do easier for you to buy. I thank all of you for your support. Thank everybody for watching.